Ladies and gentlemen, this is your first officer speaking for the flight deck once again. We've just begun our descent into Auckland and we can expect to be on the ground in 30 minutes or less. The latest weather report is showing some fair skies with a temperature of 18 degrees Celsius. The local time in Auckland is currently 11:49 in the afternoon. Apologies, in the morning. And we can expect to arrive on runway 23 left. And the taxi to our gate should be rather short. We'll be going into the international terminal with gate 3. Please make your way to your seats and fasten your seatbelts as we continue our descent. On behalf of the captain and all of us here, we'd like to thank you for flying with Singapore Airlines Virtual and making us a part of your travel plans. Cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for arrival. Thank you. This shouldn't be there. That there. I don't know why. Oh, it's because I was playing around with the switches on my base, whatever. So yeah, we're gonna be doing a VOR DME today into Auckland. Bit non-standard. Even though the ILS is fully in operation, I just wanna make sure I know how to do a VOR. Because you'd be surprised how many people kind of lose knowledge throughout time, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Before arrival, all passengers with items in clear must complete a custom declaration form. In preparation for arrival, please return to your seat. Put your seat back upright and fasten your seatbelt. Secure your tray table, handset and footrest, and ensure your window shades are drawn up. Thank you.
So we run you through how to do a VOR DME up to my current knowledge. So unlike an ILS, we do not arm the approach mode. Well, this is only for Boeing aircraft. Airbus, it's a bit easier. You put approach mode and it just follows it. If it's a coded procedure, which means that once you click on an airport arrival and departure routes, it shows up as a VOR DME. Now the altitudes are shown there and they've been properly linked, then autopilot would just fly you down to your minimums. Given that you cross-check the altitudes, it's the key takeaway of a VOR DME. So yeah, we also always have to cross-check. We are, on a side note, we're actually following the live flight. And it has also descended to 22,000 feet, and look at us, 22,000 feet as well. Amazing. Right, so our approach, our initial approach fix, our IAF, is 3,000 feet. Let me bring up the charts. So, MRAC. We're doing a transition at MRAC, and here it says altitude constraint 3,000 feet. And something to note that is different from a start. For example, we're doing the Aradi 1 November arrival is that if there's an altitude whereas you need to be above, or this is you need to be above 10,000, there's a blue line underneath. And if you need to be below, there's a line above. Simple as that. But in approach, in the approach plate, such thing does not exist. You assume that all of them are at or above for the safety of the flight. Because if you're above, there's always a chance to go around or fall missed. But if you're below, it says at or below, which is what, you know, normally you would expect, because you really want to follow the altitude restrictions is what I initially thought, but no, it's for the safety of the flight. I believe we should be at 180 knots here, so let's we can train ourselves. We're a bit high on the approach. And some speed brakes if we need. So the transition level for today is 15,000. And the local weather is showing on our comms page. New Zealand time 3, whatever, midday, 210 degrees at 6 knots, which is perfect. And great visibility, 19 degrees Celsius, 10 degrees, 2 points, finish 1027. So let's preset it, which is what I love in this aircraft. You can preset them. Oh shoot, that's minimums. As you can tell, I kinda just woke up. Yeah. And it seems, yeah, runway 21 is in operation, which is exactly what we planned for. Perfect. 15. Approach descent checklist actually completed. We set VREF and approach checklist complete. So AutoBix 3 NOTAM is that Alpha 8 is undergoing taxiway work, so we cannot vacate the Alpha 8. And so we're just taking a bit longer down the runway, which is perfectly fine. We have a friend of us which is traveling right behind us. He's also began his descent. He's at 19,000 feet and he's right below me, so I'm going to see how we do this vectoring and stuff. Maybe we don't need any vectors, we just do some speed control, that's all. So apologies for the speed brakes being used, your ears might pop, but that's okay. So he's flying in the Airbus A350 and I'm flying on the right and mighty 777, which is the true winner here. Cool. Hold please, yes. Next speed control is when? It's only a sub of. Which if I can show you is right there. Just hold it to 10,000 for now. So some people in Vatsim, they don't know how to speak properly. Like that guy then just there. I did not understand the word he said. He mumbled. But it's his choice. In terms of add-ons that I've not... Ooh, that's loud. In terms of add-ons that I've not stated in the YouTube description, I've got Rex, Atmos Core, and Flight Realism, and ActiveSky. Yeah. Cool. Outside it's very loud. Actually, it's because I have this engaged, right? Cool. So let's see how I am loudness wise. Okay. The aircraft is pretty loud. Like this should be good, right? Or this. Yeah, this should be fine. Oh shoot, what am I doing? VNAV, please. Okay, 10,000. So cabin is ready. And we're actually quite close to our approach. So yeah, once we established on the VOR, which is Alpha Alpha, which is 1148. Then that is when it doesn't seem to quite work. It's supposed to be a blue line, 2 blue lines, and then one in the middle that would kind of, you know what I mean? Yeah. For some reason that didn't quite work. I check if there's any MSAs at the part, because I'm thinking we might do a vector. Yeah, so it should be just fine there. We'll be coming here and then somewhere, boom. And we should probably intercept the VOR at an angle of 30 degrees or something like this. So not 90. So I'm just gonna make an extended here and then cut in like this. Simple, yeah. Alright, so something I'm a bit concerned so far is how we're gonna manage this. So he's gonna have to slow down, so I'm gonna just message him. So he's currently asking me if I can make a high-speed descent, and I'm saying no, because I'm already at 150 and it's gonna cost a lot of fuel for saying. The voice you're hearing right now is the guy I'm speaking to, so yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, all electronic devices must
You know,
be
now what I'm thinking,
Thank you.
we don't really have to start our descent until 8.2 DME. So yeah, I think we just keep it as is. Some nice views of New Zealand. So minimums today is 470, so that's what we're gonna set after we establish on a VOR. And speed control, I think at what we said SAPDA was 220. We can't go past flaps up speed, so because I kind of want to reduce flaps only. Sorry, lower flaps when we're on final. That's how we usually do it. So we are on base now. Auckland traffic, Singapore 90285. We are now base for the VOR DME runway 23 left. Auckland traffic.
Thank you.
No, not localizer, VOR. Anyways, flaps 5, speed check, flaps 5.
$2,500.
Check. And we established, so flaps 15, go down. Auckland traffic, Singapore 90285, we are now established VOR, runway 23 left, we are now 9.8 miles, Auckland traffic. Speed control once. That's 5 miles, so that's around 8. Let's just check what the traffic is doing on the runway. There's one departure, but that's all. All good. Set speed 170 now. Flaps 20, speed check, flaps 20. And the misapproach altitude is 3000. Misapproach altitude set. Flaps 4, speed check, flaps 4. So we have checked the altitudes. We are between 8 miles and 5 miles. And on 5 miles we are actually this is 3 miles, so on 3 miles we should be 1,160 2.9 within 40 feet of error. It's fine.
Approaching 2, 3.
Autopilot, disconnect my controls. Approach 23 left. 23 left. Confirm.
1000.
Check stable. Checklist incomplete. Disregard. Landing checklist complete.
Approaching minimums. 400.
Continue.
$300. 200. 100. 60, 50, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brakes up. Reverse green. Decel. Auto brakes in use. Alpha 8, we just passed on our right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated until the seatbelt sign is on. Please take care when opening the overhead compartments and remember to take all your belongings with you. It's been a pleasure serving you on this flight. Thank you for flying with Singapore Airlines Virtual.
Approaching 0. 5, right.
Auckland traffic, New Zealand 972, taxiing up 1 holding point 2, further by Kilo and Delta.
Auckland traffic, Singapore 90285, we have vacated runway 23 left via Alpha 9, taxiing to stand 3, Auckland traffic. Laps up. What's an Air France 8 Embraer 195 doing here? Whoa. He's not even on Unicom, he's on 1243. Whatever. So I think landing was a bit rough. I just think. It was a hard landing. But we're down. We're 3 minutes early, but that's the time we are using to taxi to our stand. Pretty satisfied with performance. Pretty satisfied. Welcome to Singapore, Thai. Oh wow, the weather just changed.
Auckland traffic, flight 3400, we will on that take off runway 22 left.
doors and cross check.
Oh crap, the Malaysian 131 that was coming before us, did it go around? No, he didn't. He just did a straight in, but on the wrong one, right? Stairs, really? Oh my god. Unblock time was right on time. Oh shoot. Oops. Alright, so that's gonna wrap up this video. I would like to thank you very super duper much for following me throughout this flight. And it was really a pleasure having you on board. Cam crew goes to the side. I already put to the side, yeah. Cool. It's gonna be it, and thank you guys for watching.